Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am feeling a little better today, so I wanted to come on here and do my very first ever makeup video on YouTube. So, super excited. I'm gonna try not to make this too long, but I'm doing a full face, so bear with me. I've already sprayed my face with our priming spray. This is by Limelight by Alcone. It's a first base primer spray. It's got B vitamins in it, so it's also gonna help reduce the size of your pores over time if you're using it consistently. It'll also help with facial redness, but it's really going to help give your skin like a smooth canvas to start with to apply your makeup. So I've already put that on. And now I'm actually going to put a lightening concealer, just more of a highlight. I don't have anything on yet. And I'm going to use Due Date. So this is a facial oil, like a facial serum that we have. And I'm just going to put a tiny bit of that on my hand. And then what I'm going to do is scrape a little bit of our highlighting concealer out onto my hand. If I can get it all on there. So I'm just kind of creating that on there like that. So this is concealer number 0. This is really the perfect highlighting concealer. So I'm just kind of creating more of a liquid consistency for my concealer. And I'm going to, I might need to get a little bit more. Yeah. I wasn't sure how much Due Date I would need for the oil. But this is really just going to help it make this more of a lighter consistency, easier to apply if you know, are someone that has trouble applying your concealer. So there's a little bit of a better view of it. It's gonna mix it all together. And I really just want to create an upside down V for my under eye area. And you can, there's really no right or wrong. I know normally if you've ever, if you're in my Facebook group, normally I do put my foundation on first and then I go on with my concealer, and there's no right or wrong way. It's makeup. It's, it's literally whatever you want it to be. If you want to apply your foundation first, you can. And like I said, that's typically what I do. And I'm just putting a little over my eyelid because this is a waterproof concealer, so this can also act as a primer for your eyeshadow. So I know I'm gonna look pretty funny for a minute, so just bear with me. And I'm using our buffer brush to apply this. I like to use this as an eyeshadow primer, and also I like to put a little on my eyelids anyways, just to give me a solid base color to start with when I do apply my eyeshadows. Because I do have discoloration on my eyelids, so it's red and it's just all over. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose. I mean, you can already, obviously this is way too light for my face, but you can see though how good the coverage is from just something like this. And really I'm just going to highlight the spots that I would normally highlight with whatever is left over on my brush. And then what I'm going to do is go in with my blender full and just kind of dampen all of this. Or I'm not dampening it, I'm just blotting it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, you can still see I have facial redness. Obviously this is super bright. I've got a scar and some more redness over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to demonstrate our mini blenderfuls. So this is the size of our regular blenderfuls. These are the minis that come in our holiday collection. So today is the last day to have guaranteed Christmas delivery. And all of our holiday, or not all of our holiday collections, quite a bit of our holiday collections are on sale right now. And the Blenderful Holly-Ball collection comes with 5 minis and a full-size brush cleaner, and it's on sale for $42 right now. So I wanted to apply my foundation with the mini just to show you that it can be done. And let me see. So I'm going in with Shinto 1. This is my winter shade. And, you know, typically I bump up to Shinto 2 for the summer. But for some reason, I did not get tan at all this summer. I don't really know how I missed out on that opportunity. I guess I'm just getting more aware of, you know, taking better care of my skin. So I'm really just going to kind of dot all of this on my face, and you can already see how much that redness is fading. This coverage is insane to me. This foundation is 50% pigment, meaning a little bit goes a long way. It's a wax base, so it's meant to act as a second layer of skin. It's just going to lay right over top of yours. So it's not going to sink into into your pores or any fine lines and wrinkles that you may have, which, you know, a lot of times when your foundation is sinking into your pores, that's causing breakouts. Not cleaning your brushes is causing breakouts, so definitely make sure that you're cleaning those brushes. I mean, look at that. Everything is even. And I'm just kind of dotting over top of my concealer that I did just to, I don't want to drag it because I don't want to move that product, but I really, for me, it's a little too light. I don't really like going too drastic on my makeup, so I like to kind of blend back over with my original color. And then I always pull it down a little just so there's no dramatic difference on my jawline. I love that this foundation and concealer both are also hypoallergenic. So even if you are someone that struggles with super sensitive skin, give this stuff a try, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to be okay with it. I've had plenty of customers who are okay with our products, and I love that. And we also do have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you do have super sensitive skin, but you're in love with the coverage and you just want to try it, go ahead and order a shade, and message me if you need help color matching. I color match people online all the time. So I'm pretty confident in what I'm doing in that area. And then go ahead and order your shade. And, you know, if you get it and if for whatever reason the shade is not what you wanted, you have 30 days to exchange it. Or if you're just super sensitive and it's not working for you, then you also have 30 days to return it altogether, which is pretty awesome. Now the next step that I'm going to do is not something that I normally do for myself, because I don't have oily skin, so I typically skip this step. But because I'm doing this, my first one on YouTube, I do want to show you guys. I'm using a translucent pressed powder. So I'm going to show you. This is going to give you more of an airbrush finish, but this is also super, super good for anyone with oily skin. So you can see all that white powder on my brush, and I really just like to tap mine on my eye area, especially under my eye, for any areas that are, you know, where your concealer can crease up. Sorry, I'm getting myself sidetracked, but that is what I like to do with this powder. And if you have oily skin, this is really going to help lock your makeup in place. It is a wax-based product, so it's super important to make sure that you are setting setting the wax in here. For me, because I don't have oily skin, I can get by with using our primer and finishing sprays. Those work wonders for me. Although I do have plenty of clients with oily skin, so they will use the translucent powder to set everything, and then when they're all finished, they will actually use the finishing spray, but they'll use the Oil Strike version. So the Oil Strike hair finishing spray is for oily skin. So that is that. And I'm going to go in and start contouring my face with my bronzer. So I use a bronzer. You can use anything. There are, you know, a lot of women will use the darker shades of concealer if that works for you, darker shades of foundation. Taupe for the Best, one of our eyeshadows, is awesome for doing that. However, I really just like a very simple, natural contour look. So I use one of our bronzers. This is bronzer number 3. And I use an angled blush brush. And I just go right in here. I kind of start at the top of my ear and bring it down, and then just blend it. You can always place it and then worry about blending later. To me, this is an important step. This and your eyeshadow are super important to have good lighting. So I would definitely make sure that you're in good lighting when you are trying to do this stuff. Because if you don't have good lighting, so I'm using our Riki, which is a professional makeup mirror that we sell with Lime Life. So I'm gonna turn it off just so you can see. You can see how much of a difference that makes in my blending ability. It doesn't look very good. So I use the Riki because I can get the best. It imitates natural lighting. So if there's ever a time where you know, do your makeup and you think, oh, it looks so good, and then you go outside and it's dramatically different, that's why. It's because you don't have good natural lighting where you're doing your makeup. So I always drag a little bit of bronzer down my neck just to soften everything up, because I don't want it to be super drastic change again. And I am gonna blend this part out a little bit more. Okay, I think we're good. And then I typically don't wear blush every day, so I'm not even gonna put any blush on. And now I'm going to go in with my eyeshadows. Actually, you know what? I wanna contour a little bit of my nose. So what I'm gonna do, I could use a skinnier contour brush, or I can just squeeze my brush that I have. And I'm just gonna go right down the side of my nose. And I'll do the same thing over here. And then I'll go right under. And you can always go back and add more, blend more, whatever your preference is. So it's always, you know, it's makeup. If you don't like it, you can take it off. If you do like it, leave it or keep adding. So I'm going to mainly be using our new eyeshadow palette from the Danessa Myricks collection. Danessa Myricks is an incredible makeup artist who collaborated with Lime Life, and this is part of her collection. She just launched an entire collection this year, so I think that's pretty amazing and a pretty big deal. So I'm gonna go in with this bottom corner color, and I'm using a large eyeshadow brush, and I'm just gonna tap everything in here. I guess I should say, before I get too far into this and have so many people judging me, I am not a makeup artist. I do not claim to be a professional makeup artist or a makeup artist in general. I am honestly far from it. I joined Lime Life by Alcone last June of 2017, and it was kind of funny for me to join a makeup and skincare company, because prior to this, I wore the same foundation shade that I had been wearing since I was a freshman in high school. I wore, you know, basic CVS mascara and hardly ever wore eyeshadows because I never knew what to do with them. And I will say that since I've been learning with eyeshadows especially, having high quality, high pigment eyeshadows makes all the difference. They need to be blendable, and you need to have good makeup brushes. And these are professional brushes. They're weighted. They're also vegan. But it's weighted, so I'll show you my favorite one. This is eyeshadow brush number 10. But this is my absolute favorite. So I use this for blending, and I'll show you how easy it makes it, because it's weighted, so you just are like barely pressing along there to blend it, versus having to like press, you know, hold clear up here and press really hard. It really makes such a big difference. So you just have to trust me. So I'm going to go in now with this color up here in the corner. And I'm just going to tap a little bit on there. So, you know, I'm newer with eyeshadows, so I go a little on the lighter side. So I like to, and I also have hooded eyes, I should say that as well. So what that means is I like to start my crease right above my natural crease, because if I put all my colors that I'm trying to show you in my crease, when I'm looking right at you, you're not going to see them because it's all hooded. So I like to go right above my natural crease, and I just kind of place my pigment where I want to get started. So it looks kind of messy, and it's going to look a little messy at first, and that's okay. And then once that makeup is on there, or my pigments are there, I can just start blending it out. And I like to just put a little bit of pop right there on the outer corner. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Now this side is always tricky for me because I don't know if you can tell now that I have coverage on it, but I have a vein, a bright blue vein on this side, and it just likes to make things a little more challenging for me sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to place my pigment, and then I'm just gonna blend it out. And you can see why having a weighted brush is so much nicer to have, because I can barely just hold it and blend everything out and really just put those pigments exactly where I want them. And then you can always go back and, you know, touch up, change things as needed. Okay, so there is that color. I want to clean this up a little bit with my blender full. So I just like to pull that up. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go back in with the large eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna use the tip of it. And I'm going to go in with this color up here in the corner. It's the lightest color that's in here. And I'm gonna tap, and I still knock off pigment because there's so much on here. And what I do with this is I really highlight underneath my eyebrow, and I haven't even done my eyebrows yet, so typically I do this stuff after my eyebrows. And what this does is it highlights your, you know, under your eyebrow, the eyebrow bone, but it also kind of gives a nice definition from your eyebrow and your, you know, between your eyebrow and your pigments that you've already placed. And that you can just kind of play around with. So my eyebrows, the reason I haven't done those yet is because I was contemplating how I wanted to do them. I have been using our brand new eyebrow gels that we just launched in October. This is a clear one, but they come in shades light, medium, and brown. And I was going to use that, and I still might. I just want to play around with something. So before we launched those eyebrow gels, I always used our eyeshadows and a brow tamer brush, which this thing is amazing. It's only $14. It's on my website. And it's awesome because it's literally all that you need to do your brows. You just swipe them over, clean them up, and then you're going to use this end for, you know, placing your pigment. So I actually think I don't have any of my, oh, here they are. I moved everything around. I had an event in my house yesterday, so everything is a little off right now. So I'm going to, this is Eyebrow Gel Dark, and I think I might play around and maybe play with both of these. Only because I'm going to use our brand new highlighter palette from the Danessa collection as well, so I kind of want to feel a little extra everywhere when I do that. So I'm just going to brush that on really nicely so you can see how much of a difference that makes. And this still looks super natural, and you'll see what I mean when I put my eyeshadow pigments on my eyebrows, how unnatural it looks, at least to me. And I didn't realize how unnatural it looked until we got the eyebrow gels, because everyone always said, oh, it looks good when you do your eyebrows like that. It looks so good. So I didn't think anything of it, and then people would see me out and they're like, what did you know, like, you dyed your eyebrows, what did you do different? And I'm like, oh, maybe it is a lot different. And it started making me uncomfortable. And then I got the eyebrow gels, and it made such a big difference. So this is the color that I use for my eyebrows. It is number 8. It's called Brownie Points. You can see I have a bunch of little dips in it from that. And what I like to do is I use our finishing spray, because this is going to help hold everything in even better. So I'm just going to spray a tiny bit on the back of my palette. You can see it's wet right there. And I'm going to dip this in the spray, and then I'm going to barely tap into my pigments and kind of tap some of that off. So I've never mixed both of these products before, so we're going to see what's going to happen. What this is going to do is it's really just going to make it even darker. Now, we could get real technical and draw on and clean up with concealer. I'm not feeling that fancy today. I honestly just like to fill in what's already there. And then you can still go back through, and so now look how much of a difference that has made. So that just makes it, you know, takes it up a step further. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. And you can see I'm not drawing anything. I'm literally just filling in. Filling in what's already there. They're definitely... You can hear my son probably. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, before I start with my highlighter, is I'm going to show you... Hold on. I know, I'm doing a live video, Bubba. Shh. They're gonna see you when I can't stop yet. I'm almost done, okay? I'm almost done, I promise. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to show you, there's one eyeshadow in our collection that's available in all of our holiday collections, and it's called Sweet Dreams. It is this shadow right here. It's really, really pretty. So it's a shimmer. It's a very light color, and it's a light shimmer. So what I did was I sprayed this angled eyeshadow brush with finishing spray, and now I'm gonna go in with Sweet Dreams eyeshadow. So I've got quite a bit on there, really. And I'm just going to place it mainly in the corner, but I'm also going to go over my eyelid some. I love putting a shimmer in the corner. It really just helps brighten up your eye area. And then I will go through and blend all of that as well. Just put a little bit right in there. And something that I can say for these shimmers is I was nervous to use these shimmers because I really, you know, I wasn't familiar with a lot of makeup, but I knew that I didn't like glitter. I don't like a lot of, you know, big glitter sparkly things. I really didn't want to, you know, to just have a bunch of glitter on my face. I guess that's really all I'm trying to say. And I was really, really impressed with these, and it really taught me the difference between shimmer and glitter. So shimmers, I know it's really hard to see in video, but these are shimmers. So they're very subtle, and I can put them in the corner of my eye and it doesn't burn or hurt. I don't have a bunch of fallout all over my face, which is super important. I am going to apply some eyeliner really quick. And I guess I don't have my eyeliner pen. No. So what I'm going to do for my eyeliner, I'm actually going to use our black eyeshadow. We do have a black eyeliner pen, but for the look that I'm going for, I really just want to use the black eyeshadow pigments. So I'm using brush number 13, and I am going to take my little smudge brush. This is number 11, and I'm going to smudge underneath my eye area. So this is why I like to use my eyeshadow pigments for when I like to smudge, just because our eyeliner pen it's a quick dry, and once it dries, it's completely smudge proof. So I like to just smudge it up a little bit, just so it doesn't look so clean and crisp. And now I'm going to actually spray my face with finishing spray before I apply my mascara. So here I go. So you just want to make sure that you shake it up really good and spray it. So what this does, it's a finishing spray. This is going to hold your makeup for up to 16 hours. So you have to keep in mind that these are professional products. These were not created for the everyday woman. These were created, or man, these were created for professionals, for celebrities, people that don't have time to go in the bathroom and pull out their compact mirror and touch up their makeup. This stuff is made to last. So putting this over your makeup is really just going to ensure that it stays in place all day long. And again, if you have oily skin, this is also available in Oil Strike setting spray. Either or. Or if you don't have oily skin but you prefer a matte finish, you can still use the Oil Strike. I just use the regular. I'm not fancy. I'm not that fancy yet. So now I'm going to go in with my mascara, and then I'm going to go in with my highlighter palette. Alright guys, so now I'm going to use my highlighter palette. And what I'm gonna do is, I don't know. No, I'm gonna go in with, this color up here. It's like super icy, and I'm just gonna put a little right there on my Cupid's bow. I'm gonna put a little on my eyebrow, or yeah, basically my eyebrow bone. These are creamy highlighters, so you can apply these very easily with your fingers if you want to, or you can use a tool. It's completely up to you. Highlighters are definitely something that are newer to me, so I try to watch videos to learn, and then I just kind of do something. But you basically are going to put your highlighter wherever the sun is naturally going to hit you, so when it hits you, you're going to have a really nice glow. So if you don't want that, then you can skip this step. But if you do want it, so I'm going to go right in here.
I want food.
And you can see. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. So you can see whenever the light hits it at a certain angle, it's just going to give you a little bit of shine. Okay, now I'm going to fluff that up a little and put on a little bit of color. And what do I want to do for color? Either macaroon. Yeah, let's do some macaroon. So, or I'm sorry, this is wedding cake. This has a little bit of shimmer in it. It's an enduring lip color. It's a vegan formula, long-lasting, non-drying. Django, be careful, honey. You're gonna flip right off the bed.
Can I have something else?
You just had another piece of chocolate.
Mommy.
He is seriously so sugared up already, and I don't even think it's, maybe it is noon, but still, it's pretty early. So that is wedding cake, enduring lip color. It will last 4 hours. Stop. So I hope that you guys have a great day. Enjoy your Sunday. Thanks for watching my very first makeup video on YouTube. If you have any questions, let me know. Leave them in the comments, or if you have any suggestions, or if there's anything that in particular you want me to do a video on, I would be more than happy to. Bye guys.